Wisdom sucks. It sucks. Alrighty, what's up, y'all? Welcome to today's episode of me talking about stuff that I don't have a degree in. And for all you newcomers and people checking me out for the first time, this is just me running off at the face, talking about some things that I think about doing my normal rides, and it just became part of my normal motorcycle therapy, I guess, wind therapy, as us riders like to call it. And I just, voice my rants and opinions to the public and see what they clicky to likey or to not on the YouTubes. Anyway, so I believe June, this is June, I don't even know where I'm at, is Man's Mental Health Month, right? So it's not really a man's mental health thing that I'm talking about, but if it applies, which it should apply to everyone, wisdom, right? Like if you look at any of my past videos, some of my videos have a reoccurring theme. They kind of build on each other. They kind of mesh together because a lot of things are very closely related and they're integrated with each other, like my regret video, my maturity video, and now I want to talk a little bit about wisdom. It's kind of like a tie-dye shirt, right? Like in a normal situation, you wash the pinks with the pinks and the blues with the blues and the whites with the whites because you don't want your whites to get dingy. But if you tie-dye a white shirt and you got a white collar and you want that collar to stay crispy and not grungy, what do? You can't put it in bleach because all your other colors are fading. I know, like some dork, you can use color safe bleach. Listen, just take the example for what it is. What I'm saying is, a lot of this stuff is intertwined, and you can't really separate it, even though you know it has its own thing. It still kind of works together, right? So I hope that metaphor makes sense. And I swear to God, I know I could use color safe bleach. That's not the point. Anyway, wisdom, to me, this is my opinion, is bullshit. Like, wisdom sucks. It sucks because you know how much you screwed up, like, and you know how much it doesn't help you, right? So wisdom, I believe they said there's some fortune cookie boy that's like, youth is wasted on the young and wisdom's wasted on the old, or wisdom is learning from others' mistakes and experiences learning from your own. I don't know. I'll find the quote and I'll put it in the video. But those types of things are true. Doesn't make it suck any less, right? Like, yeah, youth is wasted on the young. Wisdom is kind of wasted on the old. I am getting older, as you are too. You getting old. You. None of the things that I know now, they don't make my life a time machine. I can't just right click and send it back to the past and make myself a better person back then for now, right? And knowing that internally sucks. Like, yeah, I can go forward. I can move on. I can try to be a better person now in many different facets, both education, life, emotional, relationship. Like, I can do a lot of things that don't necessarily change the past. And the only reason I know those things or am willing to do those things, which is a part of the maturity, like you have to be willing to absorb what life is trying to teach you. Life is trying to teach you the wisdom, and I believe your maturity plays a role into it. Yeah, what's up, girl? I know you with your mans and all, but that was not very mature. Maturity allows you to reflect upon those lessons and absorb them, right? Like when your parents try to teach you something, and this is another thing that I learned, I'm always trying to teach my daughter something. Because as a good parent, I hope that I'm trying to be a good parent. I don't want her to go through the things I went through. I don't want her to experience the things that I experienced because they sucked. That's also kind of like, I'm trying to think of some random ass metaphor I can think of. Okay, like Kool-Aid or Crystal Light. Time is the water, right? And your experiences are the Crystal Light. Let me see if I can make this work, or the Kool-Aid. I'm a parent, and I'm trying to hand my daughter my experiences. She's got this packet of Kool-Aid, and it's like, yeah, there's some Kool-Aid, boys. It's just dipping the sticks, and it's tart. It's too strong. It may be effective, but it's not sinking in. And it's also not quenching the thirst, right? You're still left with the dry mouth after dipping the Kool-Aid. I'm really going to try to make this work, so just stay with me. If she's learning these things on her own, she's mixing the Kool-Aid with her water, her time being alive. And it's becoming a part of her, right? Like, There's no way she can separate the Kool-Aid from the water again. And I swear, if some nerds like, you could use osmosis, I will punch you square in the balls. That's not the point. Is it has to become a part of you. You cannot. You can try, and the person absorbing or your target audience can try their best to integrate your lessons into their life when you try to impart your wisdom on somebody. But also being somewhat wise is realizing that I gotta let her learn some stuff on her own, and it's gonna suck, and it's gonna hurt, and she's gonna be sad, and she's gonna cry, and it's gonna be painful, and there's nothing I can do about it. And then she'll get the lesson that I was trying to teach her in the beginning. Oh boy, look at this boy, look at this boy right here. I'm smooth with it. But it won't be as I wish she had learned it at the time. I think my mic's so loud, shut my face hole. Hopefully that makes sense. It makes sense to me when I thought about it, because I do love Crystal Light Kool-Aid, and I always feel like when I open that packet, it's just a little strong, and I'm like, damn, I can't wait for this to mix into the water, and it becomes delicious. But at the same time, wisdom, or too much time over wisdom just dilutes everything, right? Like if you live your life and you don't learn anything till later, too much water, right? It's not as potent. You're like, this is watered down. This don't taste good. Well, what is this gonna do for me? It was too much time for what she needed, right? So you kind of need balance, as I like to say in a lot of my videos. You need a good amount of time, you need a good amount of experience, mix it all together, and you can use those experiences along with your maturity, absorbing the experience, reflecting back upon it, and then it becomes the wisdom, discernment, like I like to say in a lot of my videos. It becomes, and this is all my opinion. If you want to refute it, please make your own video, post some comments down below, but this is just what my weird ass brain comes up with when I think about certain things. Because yes, I can look at something and go, I'm not going to do that based off this person's experience, or I'm not going to do that based off my own experience with something similar, or I'm not going to do that based off all these factors, red flags that I see around whatever it is that somebody wants me to do, or something wants me to do, or my comfortability with whatever the thing is. It could be so many things. That's why I'm not naming anything specific. And then I go, nah, I'm good. And somebody go, oh, you're wise, you're mature, you're wise beyond your years. Nah, I just kind of, I got my Kool-Aid early, and I experienced a little too much, and I had a little bit of a harshness about my life. And now as I'm getting older, I'm like, nah, I don't want to be around. Like when you see people, and this is another example, when they get out of the hood, they're like, nah, I ain't trying to go. They got their Kool-Aid early. They experienced some things that they're like, I don't need to put myself in a situation like that. Now that's a very particular example. But say for instance, wheeling on the street, motorcycle stuff, speeding in traffic. I watched the guy. Now listen, I try to follow most of a number of the rules for traffic and motorcycling, whatever, but this dude rolled by me. I was in my truck, so I was in cage mode at the time. He had on gym shoes, jogging pants, helmet. I don't know if he had gloves on or not, but whatever. Backpack, I was rocking backpack, but that was it. No armor, no gear, no boots, no riding pants. He was splitting traffic. So lane splitting, which is illegal in Michigan. Now I'm not a, whatever. You ride your ride. But all I could do was go, damn, bro, if you're going to do something stupid, at least do something stupid smartly. If you're going to lane split, put your damn gear on, right? In case something happens. That's the same reason I pay car insurance, same reason I pay motorcycle insurance. I'm not trying to use it, but in case, I got that protection. Anyway, at that time, I was like, oh man, I said this out loud to my daughter, and now this is kind of bad, I judged and looked down on that person. And I was like, maybe, and then I thought about it for a second. I was like, you know what, whatever, he'll learn his lesson. And, okay, that, what? Nice. I love the stuff I see in traffic. Anyway, that to me was my own maturity, wisdom, discernment, blah, 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 coming to me. Because I was like, at that point I released my judgment upon this young man. Because who the hell am I, right? Let him learn his lesson. I would hope that he wouldn't learn his lesson under the front tire of another vehicle. I would hope that he wouldn't learn his lesson getting clipped by a mirror. or some jackass that hates motorcyclists, because I've seen it, just try to pull in front of him, throw him off, then he gets in a fight and arguing and all that stuff because he was doing something illegal, even though the person did something even worse by, you know, attempting to harm someone else with their vehicle. All those factors going into my head, and then I was like, you know what, that ain't me. And I would just hope that I wasn't the person that he ran into at whatever time he decided to do something stupid or run through traffic, because I'm also a fellow rider. So what I look like arguing with this fool who ran into my truck that's lane splitting while I just happened to be riding in the truck, telling him I'll ride too and you doing something stupid. I was like, yeah, whoop, whatever, he'll learn his lesson. Because I too have learned some lessons by doing things that I'm sure somebody on the outside would have been like, yo, why would you ever even think that was smart? At the time, there was a few things I've done that aren't smart at any time, whether I'm young, old, or whatever. It was just plain dumb. There was no excuse, and I had to live with that. So anywho, I know you always see the same scenery because I'm either going home from work or I'm going to my favorite sushi spot, but I think I'm done rambling for today on this particular subject. I just think wisdom sucks, and I'm wise enough to know I need it, but I'm wise enough to know that getting it is not the most fun thing on the planet, and I'm still afraid of what I'm going to be wise of later. Oh my god, I don't even know what I'm going to learn later in life. What's up, Popo? I don't know, it's scary. So anywho, thanks for watching. I'm gonna try not to die. Thanks for stopping, and I will catch you guys later.